Hello, what's up? My name is Kay, and I am from Atlanta, 30-year-old single mother of two. I'm a licensed esthetician as well as a master cosmetologist. I've been in the industry of cosmetology for about 11, 12 years now. I started as a makeup artist in 2006, 2007, working in the middle of a mall for someone else, another makeup company, shall I say. And after working there for about a year, I realized that I'm putting in all this energy, all this hard work, all my talent into someone else's brand, making someone else's dream come true. Why can't I do that for myself? Not only that, I was getting paid minimum wage. I couldn't take off when I wanted to. I didn't even have health insurance. And in today's time, we know that we need health insurance. We need a good, substantial amount of finances to take care of our household, even if you don't have any dependents or anything like that. So then I realized that let me go into working for myself. Let me go into a salon where I can bring in more money, take home more money, and that's when I learned that commission was the better thing for me versus than an hourly wage. I went from minimum wage, $7.25 an hour, to making a commission, bringing home a bulk of my money per hour versus than the minimum per hour. Because we got to take into consideration our time, our hard work, and everything that we put into someone else's business is something that you can actually do for yourself. And forever I was changed from 2008 to 2019 now. I have not worked for no one else. So when I had got the mind concept of me having to go clock in somewhere, for them to tell me when I can take off, when I can take a vacation, when I can take a lunch break, when I can do everything, and I'm here giving you my all, and you giving me just so little, that wouldn't work for me. So here I am, an entrepreneur, a boss, and I love it. I wouldn't have it any other way. I exemplify leadership, willingness, determination, having that drive, the same things that I had when I was going to clock in somebody else's job, somebody else's business. I have that for myself. I invest that into myself, into my own business. So working from home has been the best thing. Then I didn't have kids. Fast forward now, I do. I have two. I want to give them that time. Not only do I want to give them that time, I want to provide things for them. So me being an entrepreneur, putting everything that I had from putting into somebody else's business entity, putting it into myself, investing into myself, I wouldn't have it any other way. The best thing that has ever happened to me and my family. So I just want to share that with you all.
So I remember when I first started thinking about entrepreneurship and getting into business and doing something. And I remember back in high school, even way back then when I was selling daggum like candy in high school. Then I started realizing like, okay, I really probably don't want to work for somebody the rest of my life. And then as I got out of high school and started getting little jobs here and there and got the experience of it, well, I really started realizing I can't do this the rest of my life. So then I started getting a haircut. My parents were talking about, learning about being self-sufficient. And that's really what it's about in entrepreneurship, starting your own business, or getting into something to have some type of side income coming in besides just your one job. So as I got into, cutting hair, becoming a master barber, then got into stock market, online marketing, just whatever it is that I could see that I could have an opportunity in and making things happen. And that's something that you really should think about too.
MJ, and I am the owner of Scenic City Aesthetics, and I've been interested in entrepreneurship since I was a child. I used to sell avocados out in California to like all my friends at a very early age, and also candy. But most recently with Scenic City Aesthetics, I was working at a not a beauty salon, but a day spa, and the owner basically got sick, and I went from making a certain amount of money to my hours getting cut, and I'm like, I can't pay my student loans, and so I got pushed into owning my own business. It's the best thing that I've done thus far. So just, I had to take that step that leap of faith and just trust that, me grinding, my ambition and my talent, my skills will get me where I'm trying to go. And so far, it's almost a year later and I'm still in business and bigger and better.
Do a job, because here's the problem with a job. Yeah, here it is right here, Chick-fil-A, $10,000 startup fee. But they're going into the wait list, and I was trying to find that. But here's the thing about a job. A person without any vision will waste too much time on a job. And they don't understand there's a difference between a job and a career. A career is something that gives you opportunity, give you options, give you flexibility, give you ways to be able to maneuver, move up, lateral moves to where you not only benefit the company, but you benefit yourself. A job, you're just making somebody else rich. And hopefully it's a part-time job while you're venturing off into doing other things. Because here's the problem when you're wasting so much time on a job. If it's just a job and you're working this job and you're working another job, because you got a lot of cats working 2 and 3 jobs, when do you have time to venture off into what you want to do to better yourself? Whether it's your education, rather it's starting your own business, it never, because the people you're working for can care 2 shits about what you're doing or what you're trying to do, because at the end of the day, make me money. That's what I pay you for, underpay you for. You know what I mean? So I mean, it gets crazy, and the mindset of a lot of people is, I see a lot of cats. In fact, I was messing with this chick, and she used to always go back and forth about, oh, she grinding, she hustling, she doing her thing. And to me, when growing up, grinding and hustling meant whatever you were doing, you were getting something out of the deal far more than the next person. You know what I mean? When you hustle or you grind, it wasn't just, oh, I'm working and I'm getting a paycheck. At the end of the day, look at what you did and who you did it for. How much did they benefit versus how much you got paid in return? So that's not a grind, that's not a hustle, that's just wasting time. And sometimes you put yourself in a position where you have no choice but to do that, because now you got kids. So you got to figure it out. I got 2 jobs. How can I fit what I need to do in between that? So, starting off from the get-go, man, you gotta start. You gotta think big. Why am I here? What am I trying to do? And when will I get to doing that? And you gotta go into the situation like that. If you don't start thinking about that from the get-go, you're gonna be just like everybody else. Before you know it, it's gonna be 4, 5 years down the line, you still stuck on this job. With more responsibility, and all you got was an extra 50-cent raise. And that's crazy. You don't got the insurance. Most companies ain't even paying insurance, and the insurance that they give you ain't even worth it. And the way taxes are constantly going up, it's like, man, at the end of the day, you really ain't got much to gain and much to show for. And that's how come so many people are so disgruntled and unhappy and miserable now, because they feel like, man, they're pulling their teeth out, working, grinding, and ain't got nothing to show for it yet. You know what I mean? A lot of it has to do with poor decisions with credit cards and things like that. But man, let me tell you something. From day one, you have to figure out what is it that I want to do. And not everybody wants to be an entrepreneur. I was looking at I was listening to Killer Mike on a podcast, and he made a good point, and I've always believed that. Not everybody want to be a millionaire. You got some people that are just happy and content with just making just enough to get by and having just a little on the side for a rainy day. But they good with that. Not everybody can be filthy rich. Somebody got to work for somebody else. You feel me? I mean, that's just life. I mean, whether you want to go from reality to spirituality. I mean, there were always going to be someone below someone else, period. So, I mean, but you're absolutely right, man. When it comes to the job thing, man, but there's a huge difference. I hear people talking all the time. I know this chick, she always talking about her career. If you go into that job working 8 hours a day, making $15 an hour, and all you're doing is just mediocre things, and when you ask for promotions or things that are handed out and given out, you're not even within the thought pool. It's not a career, it's a job. You feel me? A career is something, first of all, you've already made some investment in. In other words, you've gotten some training, you've gotten some education. So when you came to that employer, you was able to bring something to the table other than a physical body with hands and feet that can work. you came with some expertise or something, some intellect, something to where that employer say, okay, I can work with you. So when you start a career, it's more like a partnership. You're getting something out the deal, they getting something out the deal, but unlike a job, the person that runs the company is not getting way more than you. You know, you're getting a substantial amount versus someone working a job. Plus, you have more leverage and free time over your own personal life to do other things on the side. And then that career is probably in place to help you or as a platform to really launch you off into your own thing. So, man, it's crazy how, you know, I think a lot of times we as a people, we think about these things, but man, we hold ourselves back. We hold ourselves back because sometimes I love listening to these stories of cats when they get money instead of investing that money into a Mercedes. Let me tell you something. I drive a Mercedes, but it's not where all my money goes. You know what I mean? I love listening to cats that talk about instead of investing money into things like that, go buy a Mack truck, where that Mack truck is going to make you all that money right back then and there. You know what I mean? And I think we do a piss poor job at that. I love seeing how the hip-hop culture is starting to transform from blowing on their money on dope and jewelry and cars to where you're starting to see them branching out into franchises and businesses and even into the political realm to where now you can help people from a whole different culture or whatever start to understand what hip-hop and our culture really is about versus what you thought it was about. You know what I mean? And that we can kind of bind things together, because when you put things on a bigger scale, everyone is looking at you. And that's what really is going to motivate and inspire people. When people look at Jay-Z, I don't even think they look at him as a hip-hop artist anymore. They look at him just like what he wants them to look at him as, a businessman. You know what I mean? And I love that about him, and I think a lot of these cats are losing that.
My friend Larry Daniels. I've been working at UPS for the last 15 years, almost 16. My opinion about a 9-to-5 job, I think they're good for the economy in a way that, you know, people can work and they can provide for their families, and they give you steady income. Although they do those things, they typically will never give you the opportunity to have financial freedom. So you have to be guarded against settling for a 9-to-5 job and not using your God-given abilities and interests to go out and try to create work for yourself and create meaningful work for other people by establishing businesses or websites or podcasts or those type of things. So, you know, my opinion would be, obviously, when you go off to school, to don't just get a degree, but to actually get a degree for something. Saying like, if you know, you go to school to be a dentist, I am a dentist. I don't just have a general history degree or some kind of just general degree that you're just trying to get a job with, because that typically leads you to working a 9-to-5 for your whole life. That'd be my estimation on working a 9-to-5 job.
How y'all doing today? My name is Laquan Davis. You know, I'm here to just speak on about bettering yourself and becoming a better person all the way around the person. You know, I'm just at a point in my life where I'm fed up, and you know, I just want to be better. I want to prosper. You know, I want to do good. I want to prevail in life. And you know, to get to that point in life, you have to go through struggles and trials and tribulations. You know, it ain't always easy. The grass ain't always green on the other side, as they say. But you know, sometimes you gotta just be broke down to the lowest you can go, and find yourself and dig really deep and just find yourself and just grow and want better. Until you get into that point in your life, you know, you're gonna always struggle. But until you tear yourself down and rebuild yourself up, you know, it's only up from there. And you know, I'm a witness. I'm a witness to what I'm saying. You know, I done lived a street life. I done been on both sides of the road. You know, and you know, as people say, you know, you are the company you keep, you become. You know, so surround yourself with God-fearing people that want better for themselves, as well as want to see you better and want to see you become better in life. You know, so you know, just one thing, you know, my witness and testimony to you, just, you know, keep God first, keep pushing. You know, as long as you do your best while you're here on this earth, you can never fail. And you know, I'm gonna leave you with that.